The beautiful thing about this immigration program is that it is a PR pathway.
You are welcome once again. So in this video, we're going to be talking about this pathway, the caregiver pathway to PR, right? So that's one of the pathways you're going to use to launch yourself to Canada and also to be able to use it to get your permanent residence in Canada. You need to know that from January 1st, this new pathway will be opened to interested caregivers. Work experience used to be in the past about 24 months, but now it has been reduced to 12 months. So all you need to do to have as a care worker is to have a 12-month care worker or caregiver work experience, and then you can be able to apply, search for a job in Canada. You work in Canada for 12 months as a caregiver. You will be eligible to apply for permanent residence. That's your PR. So we have the full information regards all of this. I'm saying who can apply, the requirements, and all of this we are going to see on the website. Now let's move to the website, the IRCC website. Guys, here on the IRCC website, you have home child care provider pilots and home support worker pilot. All right, so that is the name of this program. The home child care provider pilot and the home support worker pilots are 5-year pilot programs that let qualified caregivers and their family members to come to Canada with the goal of becoming permanent residents. If you've been offered a job in Canada as a caregiver or have experience working in Canada as a caregiver, you may be able to apply for permanent residence through one of these pilots. Why is it called pilot? It is called pilot because it's a new pathway that's just been launched. And after some time, if it's successful as a program, after 5 years of testing period, then they will actually make it a permanent program for anyone interested in moving to Canada as permanent residents. Okay, so that's why it's called pilot. Here you have the application process to be different depending on your situation and how much qualifying work experience you have. So they know that there are some people that do not have up to 12 months. They know that there are some people that have up to that 12 months. All right. So whichever is your situation, there's a way out for you to be able to make your application and be successful at it. Right, over here, we have the qualifying work experience. Qualifying work experience means you've worked full-time in Canada in one of these NOCs, that is National Occupational Classification. The first one is NOC 44100, that is Home Child Care Provider. What is your duty? You must care for children in your own home or in your employer's private home. The second, the location cannot, they stated it here, it can't be an institutional setting such as daycare. You don't need to live in your employer's home to qualify. All right, it can just be a private caregiver provider, but you don't need to live in your employer's home. All right, when you are actually doing your job. Experience as the foster parent doesn't count. So you cannot be a foster parent taking care of a child and you want to apply. This is not for you. Right, so as much as you would like to share this video with your family, friends, your loved ones, please actually give them the right information. The Noc Code, the next one, 44101, you must care for someone who needs help from a home support worker in your employer's private home. In your employer's private home, please take that note. It says the location can't be an institutional setting such as nursing home. So for people that are thinking, oh, I have worked in a nursing home, this is for me. No, this is not for you. However, there's actually something good for you if you are interested and don't have the right experience. You don't need to live in your employer's home to qualify. All this information is here. So the next time they're going to start, ladies and gentlemen, they're going to kickstart this program January 1st next year, January 1st next year, 2024, all right? So tell us how much experience you have. Right, so we have two categories here. If you have over 12 months of experience and you already applied to gaining experience category. So therefore it says if you've never worked full-time as a caregiver in Canada or you have less than 12 months of work experience, you can apply to the gaining experience category. So take, for example, you actually work in a nursing home, but you don't have a full-time as a caregiver in Canada outside the educational institution, then this area is for you. Where you have applying gaining experience category is for you, right? Then for someone who already has 12 months work experience, this is for you to work full-time as a caregiver in Canada for a total of 12 months or even more in the last 36 months, you can apply directly to permanent residence category. When you click it here, you find the information, right? So let's look at the first one, less than 12 months. Less than 12 months, that's someone that does not have experience in that less than 12 months. This is your information here. It says you can apply to the gaining experience category through the home child care provider pilot and home support worker if you've never worked full-time as a caregiver in Canada or you have less than 12 months. So there are two categories here in one. So if you've never worked as a caregiver, you can apply through this area, gaining experience category. And then if you've worked, all right, but it is less than 12 months of work experience as a caregiver, you can actually use this pathway as well. The gaining experience category is where you need to start making your application. Remember, the application only can open for you to start making your application by January 1st, 2024. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're getting useful information here. If you have, as you're watching this video, please click on the like button, share with your family and friends. This video is important to anyone looking to move into Canada, not as a student, but as a caregiver. Submit a work permit application with your permanent residence PR application. If you meet the requirements, you get a work permit that lets you work as a caregiver for any employer. All right, so there are links I'm going to put up with regards to that. And after you get at least 12 months of qualifying work experience, you send us your proof and we'll make a final decision on your PR application. Who can apply? Language test, get your education access, how to apply. After you apply, gain work experience, right? Decision on your permanent residence. You need to click on them one after the other and read them up at your free time. This video is just to give you the information on the latest pathway that you can use to move to Canada if you do not want to move as a student. You have the processing time here. You have the fees here, 1,340 Canadian dollars. You also have the status here, home child care provider pilot. You see it here, online cap reach. All right, so the online one is already reached. However, from January 4th, all right, it says get ready before the caps reset again at 9 a.m. ET. So ladies and gentlemen, as you're reading this, please make sure you come back to this page, read all the necessary documents, requirements, and everything you need to put down or put beside you before January 1st at this time, so that the online cap can be open to you for you to start making your application. Please do not come to the comment section to ask is not yet open. Remember that I said it will only be open January 1st, 9 a.m. ET. All right, that is the time that is going to be open. Now, for someone that has 12 months or more experience, let's look at their own information here. It says if you already have 12 months of qualifying work experience and your family members may be eligible to apply, you and your family members may be eligible to apply to direct permanent residence category through the home child care provider pilot or home support worker pilot. So the first one did not recognize that you're coming in with your family members, but the second one recognizes that since you have 12 months of qualifying work experience, you who is applying for home child care provider pilot and your family members may be eligible to apply to direct permanent resident category. This is how you go about it. The processing time is there. The fees is 1,085 Canadian dollars. Then who can apply? Check out your language test. Then you need to submit. Check out how you need to get your educational document assessed, how to apply. After you apply, what happens and how you need to wait for your decision in the long run. Remember also, you need to apply online at this time, January 1st, 2024, and at this time. All right, so while you're sharing or liking this video, please make sure you give the people that you're sharing this video the real information, the correct information as how to apply. Now, looking at the duties of child care providers, according to the Noc 44100, it says here examples of the titles of someone that can be a home child care provider. It says home child care providers care for children on an ongoing or short-term basis. They care for the well-being and the physical and social development of children. They assist parents with childcare and may assist with household duties. They are employed by private households and childcare agencies or they may be self-employed. Here, example, you can be a babysitter, childcare living caregiver, childcare provider in a private home, can be a nanny, you can be a parent helper, all right? You can also be a babysitter, fitness center, babysitter, shopping center. And then what are your main duties here? You have home childcare providers, supervise and care for children in employers' own residence, prepare formulas and change diapers, plan, prepare, serve meals for children, and may perform other housekeeping duties. So all the duties that you need to perform as a home child care provider, you can read them up. Employment requirements, your secondary school may be required. All right, I think that's the lowest they can take. You need to also demonstrate ability to perform work, which is usually required. You can also have first aid certification and cardiopulmonary resuscitation, CPR training may be required. So if you have that, you can also put all these documents together when you are making your application. Childcare or household management experience, you may also need to submit that if you have that. Exclusions, childcare worker, daycare. If you're working in educational setting at daycare, as daycare assistant, you cannot apply. Living care seniors, living care persons with disabilities, you cannot apply. All right, so you have inclusions and exclusions. For the second one, NOC here, 44101, home support workers, caregivers, related occupations provide personal care and companionships for seniors, persons with disabilities, and convalescent clients. Okay, so you can be an attendant for person with disability, home care, family caregiver, home support worker, living care seniors, personal aid, home support, personal care attendants, home care, paid worker, home support. Your duties can be provide care and companionship for individuals and families during periods of incapacitation, family disruption. You can also plan and prepare meals and special diets and feed on or assist in feeding clients. You may also perform routine housekeeping duties such as laundry, washing dishes, and making beds. So with regards to other duties there, you can read them up when you are free. The link of all of this I'm sharing with you in this video will be in the description box, all right? Employment requirements. Some secondary school education is required, all right? So like I said, the minimum requirements, you can submit your secondary school education. So they're not requested for a bachelor's, master's, or PhD, all right? Secondary school is fine. Home management experience may be required. College or other courses in home support may be required. First aid certification, if you have that, please make sure you submit this. It's very important. It will give you an advantage. Be selected. Completion of training program in care of elderly, care of persons with disabilities, convalescent care, or in a related field may be required. Additional information, you will need to read all of these. Exclusions, you have this here. All right, so you need to be mindful which one are you applying to and follow the real process.